Watch it all the way through, please. I'm going to show you why the Democrat Party is responsible for all of this. I mean, not all of it. All of it they're responsible for, the Democrat Party. I'm going to show you why. So, watch it all the way through. And the attack on our constitutional rights and all that stuff. They're the reason why all this happened. You know, and I'm going to show you why. Just watch it, please. And comment, subscribe. No way to go from there. Just watch it. Understand what's going on. And it's November 3rd coming up. Get them out of office. You want to save this country. You want to save yourself. And another thing, if you got messed up, you know somebody got messed up or whatever for that, it's their fault. It's their fault. And they trying. Just watch it, please. Just watch it. Like and subscribe and pay attention. It's all their fault. Hold up.
And so you tell me Nancy Pelosi she wanted to have a street party in Chinatown in San Francisco at the end of February. That's a month later. And then they tell me it's only a political talking point, but you feed into it because you're too good a reporter to let that happen. Really, you are a good reporter. You're too good a reporter to let that happen. Remember this. So at the end of January, I put on a ban. People that were in that room will tell you, I think there were 21 people. I was the only one in the whole room that wanted to do it. Fortunately, I was the one that counted for that purpose. We put on a ban because I was reading bad things about China. World Health Organization should have told us. But I was reading it with or without them. They should have known. All they had to do was read it. They didn't have to even be there. But they tried to cover up for China. World Health covered up for China. But no, wait. But you can't say this. Look, I put on a ban. In other words, I stopped China from coming to the United States. I stopped Europe from coming into the United States long before the March date that you're talking about. So people should say I acted very early. That was a very hard thing to do. Doing that was a very hard thing. I didn't want to do that, but I did it because I thought, and Dr. Fauci said that by doing it, President Trump saved tens of thousands of lives. So I did take it very seriously.
Rallies in February and in March, and there are some Americans.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about rallies. I really don't know about rallies. I know one thing. I haven't left the White House in months, except for a brief moment to give a wonderful ship the comfort.
Held a rally in March.
I don't know. Did I hold a rally? I'm sorry, I hold a rally. Did I hold a rally? Let me tell you, in January, when I did this, you had virtually no cases and no deaths, and yet I put it on. So how could I not? Why was Nancy Pelosi, right? Nancy Pelosi is holding a street fair. She wants a street fair in San Francisco in Chinatown to prove, you know what the purpose of it was? To prove that there's no problem. Many other politicians did the same thing and wanted to prove. While I was, no, of course not. No. People are amazed at how early I acted, and I did act early. With that being said, it's very hard to say, let's close down the greatest economy in the history of the world. I had to close down,
Workers in San Francisco's Chinatown are struggling with a slump in business due to fear surrounding the coronavirus. KPIX5's Ann Makovic is live as House Speaker Nancy Pelosi addresses the issue there. Ann?
Yeah, come with me as we stalk House Speaker Pelosi right now. She's been taking a tour down Chinatown, and we have stopped already at a temple. We've stopped at a fortune cookie factory, the Wok Shop, which sells cookware, and now she is stopping at one of the little gift shops in Chinatown. If you can see her live now, she has been talking to people along the way, a lot of business owners, a lot of community leaders here in Chinatown who have been concerned about the optics of the coronavirus and the fear that some people might have coming to a place like Chinatown that might have a lot of Chinese nationals. So she has been going around to show that it is perfectly safe to be here. She says that this is a very special place to her heart because she started a lot of her early campaigning when she started her political career, some of it right here in Chinatown. And we got some word from her earlier on sort of the message that she's trying to purvey here.
It's exciting to be here, especially at this time, to be able to be unified with our community. We want to be vigilant about what it might be on what is out there in other places. We want to be careful about how we deal with it, but we do want to say to people, come to Chinatown. Here we are. We're, again, careful, safe, and come join us.
And I want to point out that no cases of the coronavirus.
Imagine people landing in an airport and like rushing the passport agents. That would be everywhere. Can you imagine?
They wouldn't be able to tell them to take their shoes off fast enough, Martha. But I think this is a very powerful piece of footage because it will influence how people see the Biden border crisis, because you're seeing not families, you're seeing adult grown men force themselves across this barrier with our Border Patrol agents trying to hold the line. This is not families wading across the Rio Grande and surrendering to Border Patrol. You see the border, you see the fence, Americans see that, and they see adult males penetrating it with force. And that is not something that's going to gain sympathy in the American people's eyes. And then you hear about Biden just let them all in afterwards and bust them to God knows where. If he right now continues this policy, we're on pace for 2.3 million illegals. Think about how many we're not catching. And
Delta variant COVID cases, we've got the Lambda variant exploding in South America. It's more contagious. That Lambda variant is scary stuff, but the administration is not tracking or testing for that, or the Delta variant. What do you say?
Well, I think it's equally as concerning as the lack of measures taking place at that border. So as you have 210,000 individuals coming across that border every day, what does that mean? That means that you're going to have mass releases of these individuals into American communities. And we know that with that many people, they can't do the required security checks, and you can't test everyone. And so as the Biden administration is asking folks to reinstitute mask mandates for indoor facilities in certain states, is you're letting a large number of individuals, illegal aliens, come into this country every day, every week, and every month, and spread out to communities without being vaccinated, without the required tests. So it's a very haphazard policy that they have in place, one for Americans and one for those that break the law and choose.
I have private security because my body is worth being on this planet right now. I have private security because the white supremacist, racist narrative that they drive into this country. So suck it up, and defunding the police has to happen.
Joining me now is Brandon Tatum, former.
I'll show you the other one tomorrow because I won't make this one too long because it's what it is though. But I'm gonna show you how they want to take away from you, but you not important, but they important, and you just saw who's responsible for all of this. Just showed you clips, and right now, talking about you, but how many people they letting in? Millions, hundreds, thousands of millions of people, but they talking about you. You the problem. Again, she precious, her body precious. Whatever, I forgot exactly what she said, but her body, her whatever, is more important than you. She got private security, but they want to take your security away from you. Your amendment to protect yourself, your security, you can exercise right now. But they don't want you to have that. But she think it's important for her to have it, but not important for you to have it. For real, y'all keep this the people y'all keep on voting for. Open your eyes up. Open your eyes. It's all their fault this happened. Nobody else's but theirs. And I need using it to strip away everything. Get them out.